Hi, welcome to the channel and this episode. If you watched my channel introduction video, you'll know that my van delivery has been delayed and therefore my van conversion work. But the trouble is I've got itchy feet and I've got a gap in workload as well. So what I decided to do was to use my time wisely and go to the Great British Lake District for a couple of days. And what I chose to do was to go to the National Trust campsite at Langdale. Now I've been there as a child and I've been there a few times in adult life, but not recently, and certainly not from a campervan perspective. So I didn't know, do they have plug-in or not? I'm sure they do, I thought, but I'll check it out anyway, see what facilities they have. Now, not having a van, I decided that it would be quite nice to stay in one of the camping pods that they have, which are popular all over the place now. I never stayed in one and I thought they'd be really good. So please join me in this video and see how I got on, and I hope to see you again in videos to come. Thank you. So here's the pod. You got a little private parking space outside, a path for all weathers, a picnic bench, very handy picnic bench, with a heat shield for hot stuff, very handy. And the pod itself, really well constructed. I got an unexpected visitor as well after I'd set up. The pod itself is very clean, lots of space, lots of hooks to hang things on. They give you two lots of cushions that extend out to make two beds or put on your own camp bed. And there's a heater as well as a window and a light, so fully fitted out. Oh yeah, and a carpet as well. The campsite's situated pretty much in the middle of the map here in the lighter bit, and it's surrounded by lots of different fells. Langdale Fell, I would say, being the main one. As you can see, entrance to the National Trust campsite at Langdale is barrier controlled, so they change the number every week, I believe, and they email you that when you pre-book and you enter the code and press enter, bottom left hand side. Lovely and peaceful here on early afternoon, 17th of October at the National Trust site at Great Langdale. Here's the group field. How do I know it's a group field? Well, there's a sign here that says group field. So this is exiting the group field, going over this cute little bridge to the family field, and beyond is where the pods start. Here's the reception, and the nearest toilet block to me is just here, which is excellent. I shall show you that now. This is the toilet and shower block near the reception. Really great, really well maintained. Lots of toilets, lots of showers. There's also a drying room at each of the two toilet blocks, and a washing up area. And again, the washing up area is superb, lovely mountain views. So this is the main sort of general camping field with two pods, and then camping in the middle. No cars. Cars have to go on the hard standing, as I said earlier on, although I might have edited that out. More pods start over there. Motor caravan parking here with electric hookup. And walk down to the far end of the campsite, so more hard standing parking for the campervans, and a second toilet block coming up on the left. So again, toilets, showers, drying room, washing up, very modern facilities. Even the floor is heated apparently, presumably just in the winter months, which this is, I suppose, or technically autumn. 17th of October, feels a bit more like winter today though. I think it's 10 degrees at the moment, so it could be worse. So here's the second shower, toilet, wash up, drying room block. Fantastic again. Drinking water tap. Looks like you can even charge your electric car here as well. Oh yes. Yep, charge your EV. And we've even got a climbing wall here, presumably, well, yeah, for children. Service and maintained by Baden Biomass. Very nice of them. Then we have more motor caravan, motorhome places with electric hookup. I guess the non-electric hookups are the ones where they're parking on the road, on the hard standing on the road. And I can see another one over there in the bushes. Might be able to make it out on the camera. Just so it's really spread out. There was also a chemical toilet waste point just before the toilet block, and we're carrying on now out towards the outer edge of the campsite, so more camper van and motorhome spaces. Such a big site really, I think, for the area. And then we can go through the gates here to the main road. Apologies for some flashing lights coming up. So only just around the corner from the campsite here is the bus terminus, 516, next to the old Dungeon Gill. And here is the Dungeon Gill, the old Dungeon Gill, the climbers bar here on the right, a public bar, hotel on the left. Great menu. I went in there in the evening, had the goat curry, really nice. And there was a great selection of real ales, which was right up my street, I have to say. A great evening. There's a path at the old Dungeon Gill that goes up and around and over to Great Landale, where the new Dungeon Gill is, and the path up to Stickle Tarn. And also there was a bunkhouse there, Stickle Barn, and it's a great pub and foodie place, which was always owned by the National Trust as well, from what I remember. But now it's Sands, and I'll get the name of it when I get there. But let's have a trek around the back of the old Dungeon Gill towards the other places. I'll not film too much of this, just enough so that you get the idea. It's a well-maintained path, considering the elements. I'd say climbing boots are still required though, to support your ankles and keep most of the water out, things like that. Best practice though, isn't it? Especially at my age. Lovely scenery. Actually a nice day, all things considered. A bit on the chilly side, but it is October. And we've got a cute little bridge here now to go over. I think we're about halfway something like that. This is not real time, by the way. I have cut quite a bit out. Doing some more work here, I see renewing the wood that's a bit rotten in places with some nice fresh, strong treated stuff. As always, National Trust, fantastic. What they do really is appreciated. I'm finally down to where New Duntongill is, and a public car park, and what was the Stickle Barn, which I shall find the new name of in a few moments. And here we are at the Landale, formerly Stickle Barn. Just to add confusion, they've not changed the sign yet in the beer garden.
Stay out. Stay out. Alright, you guys go in. Yeah, find your stuff.
Over the way from Landale is a New Duntongill. I had my first pint here. It was a pint of Coca-Cola when I was about 8 or 9 year old, something like that, and it was very, very enjoyable. It was a nice day, and we've been up to the top here, well, not quite the top, up to Stickle Tarn, and the reward was a pint of Coca-Cola. Well, that was a good pit stop at Landale. I've got to get your tongue around that after a beer and a bit of lunch. But yeah, very nice, very busy, as you can see from the car park. A lot of minibuses and people trekking and going in there for lunch, etc. It was very good. They were a bit understaffed, I have to say. There was more often than not quite a queue going on, and it's only Tuesday afternoon. But having said that, better to have the quality than great service and a load of rubbish. So I'm heading back now to the campsite. Nice pathway here to start off with. I'm not going to go over the pathway that I used on the way here. I'm just going to walk on the roadway going back, which is pretty quiet anyway, of course. And it's a great walk, great fresh air and all that. Well, it's a nice morning from the pod. Good morning from the pod. Very nice. Apparently they're cutting the electricity off today from 9 till 12. Not the campsite, something the electric company are doing. Can't be helped. And they gave us plenty of warning. Emailed everybody yesterday morning, so it's fair enough. So I made sure I got up early for breakfast. I did actually bring all the cooking gear and stuff, but I didn't need it in the end. The orange juice was mine, but the shop sells coffee and teas and stuff, I assume, but in my case a coffee and a bacon baguette. So good morning again everyone. So great breakfast, all cleaned up and washed up and tidied up and everything, so off for a walk I think, seeming now it's a nice day, so please join me. Marvellous. Ooh. I could play some annoying music here, but I won't do. Morning. Oh, I even love the sound of the gate. Well, it looks like I'm about to encounter some new friends. Oh, they're all walking away. So I've only come to the lakes for a couple of days, just a bit of a gap in work. Wanted to take advantage of. It's so great to be here. It's so relaxing, nice, gentle exercise. You can control it as much or as little as you want, and the weather's pretty good really, considering it's October, well into October. Can't complain at all. Just so nice to be here, and the scenery. I always say the Lake District is great scenery at any time of year, whether it's a lovely hot summer's day or it's the middle of winter. It's so great. There's always a stone at handy height as well to tie your shoelaces. This is the next morning, very heavy rain overnight, and the pod was watertight, which was fantastic. In the next episode, I'm hiring a camper van and going down to Cornwall for 8 nights. So please do join me on that trip. It would be great to have you along and really appreciated. I'll just leave you for a moment while I'm just driving out of the campsite here, just so that you can see the road out of the Dungeon Gill area, just going past the new Dungeon Gill entrance here. So thanks so much for watching, really appreciated. Please do like and press the subscribe button as well. That's obviously going to help me a lot and it'd be really appreciated. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks again.